hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, Adam here, and I'm sat in my studio with a Las Vegas t-shirt on because in 2 weeks' time I'm going to be speaking at the world's biggest hypnotherapy conference, and I'm going to be talking about podcasting to teach other hypnotherapists how to launch their own podcast, but I'm also going to be talking about nested loops, which is this idea of stories within stories within stories. And if you listen to my podcast, you probably have heard some of those sessions that have multiple levels of disassociation. What I'm going to be doing today in the hypnotherapy session you're about to listen to was created for an entrepreneur, a business leader, and they wanted to make the step up from being a one-man band, a sole trader, into a growing business where they could increase their revenue, increase their profitability. And what this particular client found themselves doing is they were doing the bits they were really good at, which was winning the business and overseeing the implementation of the contracts. But they were also having to do all of the admin and certain elements of the marketing and all of the bits that were kind of bogging them down. And more importantly, getting in the way of them actually growing their business. So this does use that story within story. It has a couple of levels of disassociation. So this kind of lake in the mountains, we're going to get to that level. And also this kind of holographic vision of their future to give the key suggestion as to what it would be like if they were to do two key things, which can be very powerful in business, and that is delegation and automation. So delegation basically is finding other people to do the stuff that they're either better at or you don't really want to do. And a lot of people listening to this will be delegating at some level. Maybe you don't wash your own car or do your own gardening. You pay someone else to do that whenever you need to, or it might be that you hire a cleaner once a week. That's a form of delegation. You're taking the responsibility and finding someone else to do that. This particular client needed someone to do lots of research in terms of putting together quotations, and that required attention to detail and it required lots of back and forth. And they could do that, but they just weren't the best person to do that. So there's this element of delegation, finding someone exceptionally good at that particular thing, and then freeing up the time to focus on what they're good at. Automation is similar to delegation, but it's using technology to do that. And that might be software or SaaS systems or autoresponders, certain things that mean that you don't have to do it manually. So if you are in the world of business or even in leadership, in management, then the principles of delegation and automation will still be very useful for you. Also, what's worth sharing with you is that I've recently launched a membership called the Hypnotist Secret Circle. And one of the categories of hypnotherapy sessions is all about business, entrepreneurship, success, and leadership. So if you are in the realm of business and you would like, let's say, more tailored hypnosis in that area, by becoming a member of the Secret Circle, which is the membership, and by the way, there's a free trial that you can click a link in the description to access all of this completely free, then you'll be able to see hundreds of business and financial related and success related hypnotherapy sessions. So if you like this kind of content, you might want the stuff without the intro, the outro, and the explanation and just the hypnosis. So check that out. And if you like the idea of working with me directly, there's also a link in the description where you can schedule a free consultation call so we can discuss what hypnosis would be if it was completely tailored to you. But if you like the idea of growing your business or advancing in your career, you might get some value from this session. And the best way to benefit from this session is to find a quiet, comfortable place where you're not going to be disturbed, to relax and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in that long, relaxing breath. And as you exhale, release all the tension from your eyelids. Feel your eyes getting heavier and heavier as you notice your breathing slowing down. Breathing in relaxation and exhaling tension, enabling you to feel like you're drifting deeper and deeper relaxed. That's it. Quickly scan your body for any clues of tension. And sometimes it's lurking in muscle tissue and tendons. And the clues are tightness. Tightness in the jaw or the forehead. Heaviness in the arms. But as you breathe in that resourceful feeling of relaxation, get a sense that as you exhale, that tightness, that tension is leaving your body in your outward breath, enabling you to drift deeper and deeper relaxed with each and every breath. And the deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you become. And the more relaxed you become, the deeper you breathe. As you feel a wonderful sense of drifting. Keep your physical body exactly where it is and allow your imagination to drift up into the sky and start to drift over clouds, over countryside, over cities. Keep allowing your imagination to drift towards the mountains. Keep drifting as you could imagine seeing a mountain range far off in the distance. As you imagine how good it would feel to float, fly, drift or glide toward that mountain range. Enabling you to feel the lightness, almost like you're an eagle or a falcon gliding on thermals. No effort required to glide towards the mountains. And imagine how you would feel to have the eyesight of an eagle. But from miles away, you could imagine seeing that foggy lake with pristine waters, surrounded by majestic mountains. Continue to glide towards the lake. And imagine drifting down now. Drifting down, gliding all the way down. Over forests and trails and big boulders and rocky landscapes all the way down to that foggy lake. And the moment you touch down by the side of the lake, you are no longer a gliding eagle. You are the most courageous and enthusiastic version of you. Allow the visionary within you to look out at this foggy lake and continue to breathe in relaxation and exhale tension. enabling you to drift deeper and deeper. Eyelids getting heavier, jaw getting looser, neck and shoulders releasing tension with every single breath. Deeper and deeper relaxed. And as you stare out over the lake, allow the fog to represent overwhelm and uncertainty. It's difficult sometimes to know what to do when it feels like there's so many different things to do. And I want you to get a sense that there is only two things that would be useful for you to do. Delegate and automate. And just allow those two words to feel like they're planting seeds of ideas deep in your subconscious mind. As you start to think what level of impact it would be if you delegated all of those repetitive, monotonous, time-consuming things to someone that loved doing those things. Someone competent, intelligent, organized, and thorough. Someone with excellent attention to detail. That if you were able to delegate what is boring or frustrating or tiring for you to someone that was exceptionally good at those things, I want you to feel that not only would you be buying yourself a gift of months of additional time each year, but also being able to let go of frustration, resentment. Because sometimes doing things that you can do but shouldn't do is like a drain, draining your batteries for the very power and energy that could be utilized for something that is ideal for you to deploy in a different way. And if you're unconscious, has a sense that by delegating the repetitive, monotonous, and tiring work to someone that loves doing that it would take your business and life in a wonderfully positive direction, let me know by nodding your head. And as you start to look out over the lake, see the fog start to disappear. The air gets clearer as you start to replace overwhelm and confusion with clarity and optimism. And then have a sense. Those things that technology could automate, that would also free up more of your time. Potentially, this could mean that you can serve twice as many clients, generate significantly more revenue. And what if one becomes a catalyst to empower the other? I want you to get a sense that if you're able to automate a process that generates or contributes to new clients, and the process of acquiring a client, all of that interaction with contractors, gets done by someone that would do that better than you can do that, I want you to get a sense of how many more clients each month you would generate. And maybe it would double. But if it doubles, what if that leads to more profit, and some of that profit could acquire more marketing to generate more leads, that generates more inquiries, that generates more clients, that generates more profit? I want you to get a sense that the real opportunity here is not to double revenue or double profit, but to dramatically increase revenue and profitability exponentially by you doing the things that you are uniquely skilled at, and then delegating or automating those things that you're not. And if your unconscious feels that this would take your life and your business in a wonderful direction, let me know by nodding your head. And then see there's even less fog on the lake. And I want you to imagine in the clear skies above the lake, imagining a 3-dimensional hologram of your future. I want you to imagine seeing yourself like you're someone else, like you're an actor in a 3-dimensional holographic play. See yourself maybe 6 months or 12 months from now, when so many things are either delegated or automated. And maybe what started as one part-time assistant then became a full-time assistant, or maybe 2 full-time assistants, because whatever works can be scaled upwards. A winning funnel, an effective lead generation process. You can simply funnel more traffic, more attention through that effective system, generating even more clients. I want you to imagine a future with less overwhelm, less frustration, and see yourself doing more of what you are uniquely good at. See yourself with more enthusiasm, accomplishment, success. See yourself with a spring in your step, a new level of intensity. See yourself with all of the benefits that running a business like that would bring. And then keep making tiny tweaks and amendments until this future feels compelling. The kind of future that you feel is so desirable that your unconscious wants you to move in that direction. And when you have the clarity of the future you desire, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And sometimes a little bit of extra work frees up so much time that the initial extra work was worth it. And I want you to imagine 2 woodcutters in a forest near to this lake, and both have the job of chopping down a tree. The first immediately grabs the axe and starts chopping away at the tree, whereas the second takes the time to sharpen the axe initially, that frantic, hard-working woodcutter seems to be making more progress. But it's only after the axe has been sharpened that suddenly the experienced woodcutter can chop down the tree faster because they have used their wisdom, experience, and strategy to give them an edge. And maybe finding that assistant is sharpening your axe. Or maybe it's finding a woodcutter to chop the tree down for you. I want you to get a sense that you are giving yourself permission to work smart, to be creative, to keep your eye on the vision you desire for your future. And even if that means working a little bit harder to begin with, your eye is on the prize of the future you desire. And sometimes it's a simple question. Is the juice worth the squeeze? In the sense that if the effort required is worth the benefits, the ROI of that effort. And I want you to ask yourself that question. Does it make sense to find the right assistant? Does it make sense to automate things that you're doing manually that technology could do for you? And if it makes sense, then do that thing. And if it doesn't, change the perspective or the idea until it does make sense. And when your unconscious mind is clear as to what needs to be done to move forward, to give you the return on investment of time, effort, and discernment, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. I want you to get a sense that you are just a few decisions and interactions away from making incredible progress in these areas. And you are giving yourself permission to play the long game. And maybe as a child, you heard the story of the hare and the tortoise. The hare sprinted, but then got tired. And the tortoise, slow and steady. And I want you to consider, sometimes it makes sense to take a bit longer to then get there quicker. You are perhaps weeks away, maybe even days, from freeing up incredible amounts of time, energy, and enthusiasm. That's it. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose as it's time to leave this lake, this future, and start to return all the way back to the here and the now. But taking all of this clarity, insight, energy, and enthusiasm with you. That's it. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Connect and calibrate into the here and the now. as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting the count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.